Trekkie! So today, I'm going to talk about the Federation as a general. Like, not what it is, because, yeah, it's like, who's in it, you know? The founding members of all are the Andorians, these guys, the Tellarites, which are, they look like pigs, the Vulcans, and the humans. You know what those are. And if you watch Enterprise, you know that whole thing. It's pretty much the founding of the Federation happened at the end of that series. But there's a lot of other races in there that don't really get mentioned. I mean, they are 1 or 2 episodes. In Star Trek 4, at the end, you see the Federation Council. And there's actually a long list of things that are in the Federation long list of races that are in the Federation Council. It's the Arcadians, the Ariolo, the Bezit Kahat, the Caitians, the Delta 4, the home race of the Deltans, or home world of the Delta, the Grazerites, which is a weird race in and of themselves, the Kashita, and then there's an unnamed Federation planet. The Grazerites, by and large, are cows. It's very strange. He was actually president for a while, Jarish Inyo, shown in Deep Space Nine. The Zelatians and the Zaranites are also on there. Other known members of the Federation, Trills and the Halians, the Algolian, the Beta Zeds, the Bolians, and the Benzars. Beta Zeds, empathic, telepathic, Deanna Troi and her mom, yada yada. The Benzites, Benzites are, you typically see them, they kind of have what would dub fish ears, but they usually have a breathing thing. Later in like Star Trek Online, they don't have a breathing apparatus. Mordock, when Wesley was testing for the Academy, Mordock had a breathing apparatus. He was a Benzite. And the Bolians, Aaron and I have a joke that there's background Bolian at Deep Space Nine, because there's pretty much a Bolian everywhere, and like the Promenade. And they're a very prominent race. They have that little crease that goes up, and they're blue, and they have various little colorings, like stripes. They have acidic spit and blood, and they are like probably one of the weirder races that look so benign. You know, they look nice, they look cute, they're like iridescent blue, and they just have like a little crease in their bald, but once you actually get into their biology, it gets really weird. And who else? Cordians, Euphrosians, Karis, Paliarzel, Rigelian. Yeah, Rigelians. Those were in Enterprise, actually. The Katarians, which... Chickie on Voyager, her dad was a Katarian. So, yeah, that was funky and weird in and of itself. They never really... Like, he specifically was never shown. And apparently in the Next Generation episode, The Game, the people that were trying to take over the Enterprise were Katarians also, but they don't have, like, she had little spikes on her forehead, you know, as a little girl. But the female that was trying to take over the Enterprise that was a Katarian had nowhere close to anything called, like, spikes. But apparently they're part of the Federation. Apparently it says here, an unfilmed scene of Enterprise, Terra Prime, would have established some as Atheniites mentioned in Azadi Prime. There's a lot of Journey to Babel from the original series had some Federation members in it that were unnamed. It was just like, let's slap some prosthetics on you, and similar to the Federation Council, but there was like people dug through that one because they're official. The Federation has things called protectorates. We got to see something a little bit more formal happen in Insurrection. Is when the Evora from the Evorans came aboard. They're really short. Regent Qzar, and put the little beaded thing on. It was actually quite interesting because it was the reception. They hadn't become a part of the Federation yet, but they were like the official opening of the diplomatic hashing out of things was beginning. It says, according to a deleted scene from Insurrection, the Baku were also to become a protectorate. Okay. Colonies. The exact status, Federation colonies. Never really been put down. There are Federation colonies, but mainly the ones that we knew about that were Federation or human colonies became the Maquis. Yeah, other than that, I mean, there are colonists. They've brought them aboard, that they were just like the toughest and the gruffest people. what series is that? I think it was on Enterprise. Because they go on long trips to go out and find, once they find a planet, and they were like revered as like the long haul truckers, and they just go out and they have to survive, like 8 of them. The proposed members, it says right here, the following were in a process of gaining Federation membership status as of the year indicated. So during Next Generation, there was the Antikins, the Antedians, and the Agosians. Antedians. They were the actual fish. And they had to be in some sort of stasis because space travel was not necessarily something for them, so they had to be in stasis, but they wound up having like a bomb in them or something, and Troy, and Lwaxana Troi, and she couldn't read their mind. Whatever. That was a strange one. And then there's the Antikins, which were, if I remember right, they kind of looked kitten-like, cat-like. They had like kind of a protruding jaw and like fangs. During Deep Space Nine, pretty much most of Deep Space Nine, there was the Bajorans. They eventually did gain status. Catalans? Oh, that's the original series On the Way to Eden. The Gideon Council, the original series. Kesprit. Oh, homeworld of the Kess and the Prit governments attached. And the Soleil. Okay, so yeah, it's the Antikins and the Soleil. The Antikins were because it was, that's right, I remember, it was like the mongoose and the cobra, because the Soleil looked like snakes and the Antikins kind of looked like a mongoose, and it was just and they were kind of, the mortal enemy sort of thing. But that's pretty much that. I mean, the Federation has a great number of members. It says here at the very top that it's got 150 member planets in it. But, and there's no way to list them all here, because some of them haven't even been named yet. But anyways, yeah, I'll put a link to this article below if you want to read up more on it. Any questions, comments about any of these races? I can probably go in more. Not that I mean, pretty much there's a whole article on the Grauzerites, for Christ's sake, but I'm not sure. Yeah, chat me up, like the video. Yay, Star Trek. I'll catch you later. Bye.